Now to the one that's really interesting. You get a tear. The thing goes.
The thing goes. And the boom.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Val Ojeah here, and if it's your first time here, welcome, and please consider subscribing and make sure you turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss anything I post. I make mom videos and living abroad videos. Today I'll be talking about the behind the scenes, the full scoop, everything you need to know about childbirth, labor and delivery, specifically natural birth. I'll be talking about natural birth because this is the one I have knowledge on. That's the one I passed through. So yeah, it's about to get really interesting, so grab a cup of juice and sit tight and enjoy this video. If you haven't seen the video I did on what they don't tell you about being pregnant, make sure to check it out. I will put it in the cards above. So yeah, so let me start with the absolute worst. At least it was the worst for me. The actual worst part of labor is the contractions. I mean, the contractions can be so crazy. So if this is your first time hearing the word contractions, contractions are the periodic tightening and relaxing of the uterine muscles. Those things hurt. Right now, I don't think there's any other pain that surpasses that contraction pain. It actually starts small. It starts and it gives you some space. It can come maybe now and then. The next one will be in 20 minutes or 30 minutes, or it spaces out. But those things hurt, especially when they now start coming back to back. When your baby is near, they hurt like crazy. When when my contractions started, I actually felt like I wasn't even sure what was wrong with me. I don't know whether it was the pain or the aches in my leg, or I was really feeling like my head was going to explode. It was like this heat from nowhere. Like the heat was just plenty. So when the contractions were giving me time, when it was maybe like an hour interval, and I was still able to press my phone. I was still like taking selfies, saying, "Oh, hi guys, I'm in the hospital, about to blah blah blah, the baby is coming soon." I was just making videos. But when the real contractions came, I remember my mom was with me in the hospital and she was coming with the camera. She wanted to record, and I told her, "Please take this camera away from me. I don't want to be recorded. I don't want to remember this moment. Please take it away from me," because the contractions, the pain was a lot. When you're in the hospital, so many people come in and everybody put their hand in there, like they want to check. Like at first when I was hearing that they'll check to see how dilated you are. So the contractions I talked about, they help your cervix get dilated. So that means, of course, it's speeding up labor. It means your baby is coming out soon and everything. So they come to check and they put their hand. So this man can come and he puts his hand, and this woman, and it's not painful, but it's really uncomfortable, and you're just wondering like, oh my goodness, how many people? Because depending on the hospital you'll be, obviously there will be like different nurses at different times, and labor takes a long time, especially for your first delivery. Mine was 15 hours. Like it was long, because I was like, okay, we got in 13th of February, and I was like, okay, maybe this baby is gonna come 13th of February. She was not ready, and funny enough, that the day before I actually went into labor, I was still feeling like a baby girl. I wore my outfit. In fact, I'll put a picture of the outfit I wore. I was really feeling myself, but I did not know what was in for me. I did not know what was gonna happen that day. Sometimes you're already in labor, but the labor is not going as fast as they want it, and maybe the baby's heart rate is dropping or your blood pressure is getting high. So they have to come in. The doctors, the experts, they have to come in and help to speed up the process. They can either give you oxytocin to speed up the process, or use the amniotic hook and break that water. Don't worry, it's not as dramatic as I'm making it seem. It's no big treat, neither is it a great trauma. It's just you just feel the warm water coming out, and then they check it to be sure that there's no meconium, which is the baby's first poop, or the blood, to be sure that the baby is doing well. Of course, they're monitoring the baby with the machines on the monitor, and they know that the baby is doing well. Next one I have is your water doesn't break the way it breaks in the movies. In the movies, you just see someone to be out there and oh, whoosh, my water just broke, the baby's coming, honey, get the car keys. So dramatic. Like they make it look as if like that's the first sign. The first sign of labor is water breaking. My water didn't break until I was like very almost like maybe my water broke now and the baby came in like an hour. The water was not the first sign of labor for me. So the water broke like an hour to the time, and then afterwards I now felt like I was going to poop. I was like I was really feeling pressed. I was like, because I had my husband and my mom. Shout out to my mom. My mom is super amazing. She was with me during the whole labor process, holding my hand. Like I had a great support system. So that's one thing. If you are in a place where they allow you to bring people into the labor with, I think you should take advantage of it. If your spouse, or if you have someone, maybe your sister or someone who really wants to give you a great support system, like who wants to be with you in the labor world, because I think it really helps a great deal to have people there. That really helped me. The water broke and then I started feeling pressed. I felt like I was going to poop, and I was like, oh my god, I feel pressed, I feel pressed. I feel pressed. And one thing again, sorry to come back to the contractions I mentioned earlier. The contractions were so serious, the pain was so serious that the thing they put on my belly to monitor the baby's heart rate, I was just stressed. You know, they put the thing and then they put like a band on the belly. I just removed it, and the nurse was like, no, you can't remove it. I'm like, you can't tell me what to do. You can't tell me what to do. I know how I'm feeling. I know I'm the one in this pain. You can't tell me, no, you can't tell me nothing right now. I like I was literally upset with her. Like, nah, she put me inside that. No be hard drum. So I was just, it was crazy. At that point, they don't tell you that, like, you really don't know, is that sometimes your baby may come out with a cone head, like you see when like your head is like, because sometimes the doctors have to use this vacuum thing and scoop it, not a literal vacuum, not vacuum, but they have something they use to bring out the baby's head if the baby is kind of stuck in there. Or sometimes, like in my case, when I pushed the first time and I didn't know the pain was going to be much, so when I pushed and I realized it was painful, I just closed my legs. So when I closed my legs and opened it again, you know, the baby's head is still so fragile coming out, so closing it, anything can really change the shape of the head and everything. So yeah, sometimes the baby may come out with a cone head or some kind of form of shape of head. That's why you see most times children that are born through CS, like their head is just round and fine and shapy, because they just bring them out and they are all cool and fresh. Now to the one that's really interesting. You get a tear. The thing goes.
The thing goes. And the boom.
What was that sound? You get a tear. Sometimes the doctors give you a cut, and I think it's called episiotomy, or you get a tear on your own, especially during your first your first childbirth experience, because you know that baby is big now. My baby was 7 pounds 7 ounces, so imagine a 7 pounds 7 ounces baby coming through that narrow canal, and the baby, you know, they have to make way for this baby to make its entrance into the world, and you know, that way they have to cut you up, they can cut you down, they can cut you wherever they think that the baby, that you need to be cut for the baby to come out easily. Another point is epidural. I feel like most people don't really know about epidural, and that you can get epidural during labor. So what's this epidural? Epidural is like an anesthetic where they give you, and it numbs from your waist downward, so you actually don't feel the labor pain. You don't feel like the pain. I think they only give you the epidural when you've dilated up to 3 cm. In my case, I didn't use the epidural. It was all natural. I really wanted to use the epidural, but the nurse couldn't tell when I was 3 cm dilated, and you know, finally it was when they wanted to give me the epidural, they checked, I was already 10 cm plus, and the baby's head was already there, and they're like, oh, where's the doctor? Like there was some confusion in the labor room. So I didn't get the epidural, but I was really looking forward to it because I know it helps a lot. I know a few people who have used the epidural and it was really good for them, and I've heard some bad stories about epidural as well. So if you plan to use go the epidural route, do your research on it, be sure that that's really what you want to do. The epidural is actually like the anesthesiologist comes in with a big needle, and I think they puts the needle down your spine, like injects you, and you know, it numbs whatever. And some of the side effects is that you can have like back pain or waist pain for like, I don't know, but some people have like success stories and some people don't. So be sure to check up on it. And that brings me to my next point, that your birth plan can go out the window. You can go into the labor ward with your birth plan. Maybe you already have the plan that, okay, it's going to be a natural birth, or it's going to be I'll get epidural, or I'll just use pain med, or you have your plan. Obviously you plan before you get into the labor ward how you expect your childbirth experience to go, but it doesn't always work that way. I feel like the ultimate birth plan should be God. I don't want to sound all religious here because I'm not the most religious person, but the truth of the matter is that God is your only real secure birth plan. You can have your birth plan, but just imagine that God is the doctor. God is the one gonna deliver you, because anything can go wrong. Whatever you believe in, just take that thing with you to the labor ward and just hope that God is there for you, because God is the ultimate. Whatever you say, I'm not even gonna say anything, but God is the ultimate, because God was the one that helped me during my own time, because things were trying to go nuts and I never imagined myself pushing that baby without. And that's one thing, because I think I spent so much time planning my pregnancy. When I was pregnant, I was reading on how I didn't want to add weight during pregnancy, how not to get stressed. I was reading about things that to me I thought they were important at the time, but I should have done more research on labor and delivery. Which brings me to this, guys: learn your breathing exercises. If you're pregnant now or intend to be pregnant, please familiarize yourself with all the breathing exercises, because that thing really helps. I never believed that breathing exercises could help. I didn't even learn it. I didn't know I did not know anything about breathing exercises. I just went in there like a novice, thinking that I was just feeling cool, taking my pictures, feeling that, oh, once it's 3 cm they'll come and give me my epidural and I'll go into labor. And I'll be able to pass through labor without pain. But it didn't go as planned, and I did not know how to deal with that pain. It reminds me of something. During the labor, surround yourself with positive people and good support system. My mom was a great support system. My husband was amazing. But my mom my mom was crying, like she was crying on my behalf. She was just crying when they told her there's not going to be any epidural, the baby's head is already here, the baby is coming, and she's just oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Shout out to my mom. Anyway, it just shows the love she has for me, and the fact that she was wondering, like, because she has been to labor ward several times and she knows the kind of pain, she knows what it's all about, and she was relaxed because she thought I would have help, like epidural, and when they said the epidural wasn't coming, she was worried. After you give birth, the fear of hemorrhoids is real. Most times you can be so scared that when you want to do number 2, like, it's so hard. But luckily for me, I didn't experience that. They gave me this pill. I'm going to research on it and put it in the video so you can see it. But they gave me the pill and it really helped me out. But I was scared because I knew, like, after giving birth to a baby, I didn't know how it's going to feel like to do number 2. So that's another part that is really hard, because some people, it takes them like 1 week to, because I did it on the 2nd day. I was able to do it and I had no problem doing it. So okay, so you've pushed this baby out and you're heaving a sigh of relief that I am done with this process. At least this time I am done. I am done with this process, and you're feeling so happy. And then they're like, you're not done yet. You still need to push out the placenta. And I'm like, what? I still need to push out the placenta, and that pushing out the placenta can even take a whole nother hour, like a full hour to push out that placenta. And that's another delivery of its own, because the placenta weighs up to like 1 to 2 pounds, so you still need to push out. But don't worry, if you could push out the baby, you can definitely push out the placenta, so it's nothing to worry about. It's just something to keep in mind. Finally, the last point I have is that they say that most times they tell you that when the baby is born, it is all worth it, and I totally agree that it is all worth it. But I have seen cases where the love doesn't kick in. That love for that baby doesn't kick in that instant moment, that moment when the baby is put on you. Because when the baby is born, they now put the baby on you for skin to skin bonding, and then afterwards, when the baby is cleaned up, you can immediately start breastfeeding, just to create that mother and child bond. But I feel like it's not for everyone that the motherly, that instant love, that in the way they make it feel like, oh, once you see the baby, you'll be like, oh my god, I've been waiting for you all my life, where have you been? And it's so, like, the feeling is so unreal. That's how they make it seem. But I feel like sometimes it takes some time. So don't feel, please, new moms, don't even feel bad if you're if it hasn't kicked in, because I always say I'm in forums, mom forums. This is another advice I have for you. If you're pregnant and you're expecting, I'll advise you join like a mom group or support group, just because it really helps. There are some people who are second time moms. There are some people who are third time moms in those groups, and it helps to learn and tap from their experience. Sometimes they share like experiences, and it helps you calm down. Or sometimes they share experiences and it makes you panic. I think it's really good to be in mom groups. So in my mom groups, I know some people who they said that deep love kicks in around 6 months or 4 months, 5 months, because you don't know how it was for them, and don't judge them because you don't know how the pregnancy was for them. You don't know how everybody's just different. So it can take a while for the love and everything to kick in, but when it does, you will love your baby. Your baby is like, you'll just be so protective. You will just want to always be around your baby, and overall it's a good feeling. What I want you to know is that labor is a different experience for everybody. It can be, some people say, oh, labor was just like a breeze. I went in, it was 10 hours, it was 8 hours. Mine was 15 hours, and it was tough, but we pulled through it. So yeah, some people would say that, but labor is a different experience for everyone. Like I said, God should be your birth plan, and you should prepare for it. Learn your breathing exercises. Just prepare for it. Some people have like leg cramps. Some people even have seizures. Some people have a lot of things going on during labor and delivery. So yeah, question of the day: if you're a second time mom, or if you've had kids already, let me know if your spouse or a family member was with you in the labor ward and how that helped you. And if you're yet to have your kids, let me know if you would like your spouse or someone else to be with you in the labor ward. I'm asking this, as basic as it may seem, many ladies do not want their spouses there with them during labor. They say that the spouses would not see them as sexy after seeing all the activities that go down there. I don't know about that. I don't think that even counts as anything, but then different strokes for different folks. Until I come your way, guys, I